Hello, hello! Welcome to my part 3 of Only Eating Dairy for a Week challenge. Do you know that common myth that dairy causes cancer? Well, actually, there is no strong evidence that could show that dairy really increases the risk of cancer. I feel quite good only eating dairy. Yesterday's cottage cheese pastry thing. In fact, some research suggests that dairy consumption may actually reduce the risk of certain types of cancer. For lunch, I'm gonna eat buckwheat and I'm gonna have it with kefir. I know, sounds disgusting, but it's not. It's good. So, my dear friends, don't be afraid of eating dairy because you probably won't get cancer. Pour some kefir on it. Let's go eat. I've actually never had buckwheat with kefir before because, I don't know, I've always had it with milk, but today is my first time. Well, I'm not a picky eater, so I can basically eat anything that's edible. But, I'm okay with it, but I think I prefer it with milk way more. I like the consistency better, the texture, because kefir is thick, while when you put milk, the texture is very runny because milk is very liquidy. I bet this is very healthy because buckwheat is healthy, kefir is healthy. This is a good lunch. So what I'm having is Kinder and Milka. That's good. Let me have my chocolate here. It's so almondy. Well, obviously because it's almond butter flavor. We're on a hunt for our dairy products. Literally. Look. All I have is just yogurts. I'm at Burger King again, but the only thing I ordered is latte, which contains milk. So, there's another myth that says that dairy leaches calcium from the bones. However, these studies tend to be based on self-reported intake, which is often not very accurate. But actually, there is some good evidence found, which shows the important impact of dairy and dietary calcium on bone health, especially during childhood and adolescence. I love the fluff in coffees, that's my favorite part. And I have a friend who hates the fluff, and I think it's the best part. Oh my god, look at that. This is sexy, you know? So, my dinner. A yogurt that broke, so I'm eating this one. 2 sandwiches with cream cheese, choco pie, and protein milkshake. Yeah, it's not an ideal dinner, but first of all, we're only human here. Sexy. Okay, so while I'm drinking my protein, let's sum up this day. So, hallucinations. It was quite good. I would even say 1 out of 10. It was pretty smooth today. Mood. I'd say 10 out of 10. I was in a good mood all day. General health. 10 out of 10. I feel great. And skin or acne, it's fine. So that has been day 4. Oh my god, we're so close. And let's move on to day 5. My favorite myth is that dairy causes acne. And while it is possible that dairy might impact acne risk for some people, there isn't enough evidence to say that this is a definite link. In fact, diet may not play a role in acne risk for everybody, as this is influenced by a number of factors including our genetics and hormones. It is simply important to eat a balanced and nutritious diet, which is good for our overall health and for our skin too. This milk soup reminds me of childhood so much. Like, we had it so often in the kindergarten, like all the time. Just try it. Milk and spaghetti. Oh, not spaghetti. Vermicelli pasta. I'm having my dessert also. Did I tell you that I got my first vaccination today? Woo, feeling great. So my coffee with milk, srok, that cottage cheese ice cream that I told you in my previous videos, and white chocolate with Oreos. Look, it has milk chocolate on this side, white chocolate on this side, and Oreo chunks inside. That's good. Cottage cheese ice cream. It will be like a vanilla cheesecake. Yeah, you see? It's kind of like a cheesecake. Okay, I'm getting ready to have my photo shoot, but I want to have like my dinner real quick because I'm starving. Sorry. So I'm gonna have some tvorog and I guess a sandwich with cream cheese. I know it's not a lot, but it has to be a really quick dinner because I'm not leaving my house unless I put something in my belly. I'm so not ready for a photo shoot because I don't even know what to wear, and we need to leave the house in like 10 minutes, and instead of getting ready, I'm eating. So my cottage cheese. Okay, so my dinner, cottage cheese like that, and a sandwich. I know it's not a lot, but can't come up with anything else. And maybe when I come back, I'll have something else. We'll see. My sister is getting ready, and I'm eating. Because my sister is also going for a photo shoot. Let me eat my... No! Bellissimo. And also, you know what I also want to have? A bit of my Oreo white chocolate, because why not? This is a hectic dinner, but we need to run. Yeah, that dinner was not enough for weight gain. I'm trying to gain weight and all I'm eating is cottage cheese for dinner. But I don't know what else. And I'm like so lazy to cook, and we don't have time also because I left everything for the last minute. Anyway, gotta run. We just came back home. It's 10 p.m. and I'm not gonna eat anything today because, well, I don't feel really well after the vaccination. Like, I started to feel like very tired and lethargic and weak, and like my muscles ache. I don't know, I feel like I'm about to have a migraine or something, so all I want to do is to go to bed. So sorry if today's food doesn't seem like a lot, but some days are just like this. And so, oh yeah, I wanted to sum up this day. So hallucinations, I'd say 7 out of 10. Mood, I'd say 6 out of 10. General health, well, I'd say 1 out of 10. And acne, well, you see my face is clear. So that has been day 5. Yeah, that has been day 5. Let's move on to day 6. Good morning. Last night was horrible. Well, you know, I told you that I got vaccinated with the Russian vaccine, Sputnik. Yesterday evening, I started to experience like flu symptoms. I had high temperature. You know what? It's a cottage cheese yogurt. We're crazy about cottage cheese in Russia. It's time for my sandwiches. You see, I have one with like regular cheese, I don't know how it's called, and one with cream cheese. Do you have chocolate called Alpengold in other countries? Because if you do, find this white Alpengold with Oreo. And for lunch, my stepdad's wife made this cottage cheese pie with raisins, and I ate a lot of it. Honestly, I could have eaten the whole thing. It was absolutely divine. I'm having a coffee as per usual, and this cottage cheese ice cream that I showed you. It's with chocolate cottage cheese. And for dinner, I ate one of these cheesy thin cakes that my stepdad's wife made and the leftovers of a cottage cheese pie. Okay, I'm having my milkshake and I wanted to sum up day 6. So, hallucinations, 5 out of 10. Mood, I'd say 5 out of 10. General health, I'd say, frankly enough, 5 out of 10. And acne, as you can see, my skin is still quite good. So that has been day 3, and let's move on to our last day, day 7. Woo! And my breakfast on day 7 was a lazy one. It was literally the leftovers of yesterday's dinner, but it was good anyway. My lunch was a bit of a cheating, but in my defense, I'll say that this pizza had a lot of cheese, and cheese is dairy, so I'm in the clear here. Hello, it's my last dinner. It's this ravioli with cottage cheese, as you can see, and I want to sum up this week, how I feel after my only eating dairy challenge, and I feel good. Like my hallucinations, I don't think they changed that much over this week. My mood has been up and down, but that's because I'm about to have my period. General health has been good this week. I felt great. I don't think, because me personally, I don't think dairy affects my body that much, because I know for some people, when they consume dairy, they feel bad, they feel ill, it causes digestive symptoms, but for me, it doesn't do anything like that, so my health has been great. I even think dairy is beneficial for me because it contains a lot of protein, and I'm a vegetarian, so dairy is kind of good for me. Then, let's see my body changes. I'm trying to gain weight, but I think this week I didn't really eat enough because dairy is, you know, my waist is 65, so almost the same. And my thighs are 92. So I got bigger a little bit, so that's great, even though I think I didn't really eat that much this week, but that's good. And my skin, well, I got a little pimple over here, but like, again, I'm about to have my period, so I don't really think that was because of dairy. So, to conclude, I can say that it's definitely up to you whether to consume dairy or not. You should always rely on what you feel, because of course there are so many like controversial things about dairy and they say that it causes acne, cancer, this and that. For a lot of people, it's not the case. For some people, dairy can be actually beneficial. It's a source of calcium, protein, vitamin B, and it's just tasty. So if you feel great consuming dairy, keep doing that. But that has been it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. You can subscribe to my channel, give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye 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 bye.